Fans always want me to ask you, why don't you say anything about police brutality? You never speak out about police killing people.
When last time police done killed a nigga?
That shit happens a lot.
But
it may not be George Floyd media status, but that shit happens a lot.
Okay, so I often look at those statistics. The police shoot more mentally ill white men than anybody. The white boy mama who done called the police on him.
Known for having a chronic mental illness, his mother had made a call to 911 that night, afraid he might hurt himself. Escalate as Johnson steps back into his room.
Anytime force is used, it never looks good.
You can strike people in policing. If I can't get you down because we're wrestling, I'm going to peroneal strike you. I'm going to get some knees in there. I'm going to throw some elbows in there.
I told you I'm not a threat.
At one point, the video shows Johnson moving his arm as officers are trying to handcuff him. That's when he's punched multiple times and tased again.
I'm going to tase him. Back. Put your hands on the small of your back now!
His lawyer shared these photos of what ended up resulting in a broken jaw.
You actually demean the many good officers and belittle their accomplishments when you justify this type of brutal, excessive force.
The famous quote from James O'Keefe, he said, "Be brave, do something." He says that all the time, and I think that applies to every American.
You want to start a Boy Scout snitch organization?
Yeah, so we need to train, nigga, some confident, snitching, tatter-telling young man that ain't scared to tell on now, motherfucker. They the niggas who raise their hand and say, "Teacher, can I take names?" and tell you who talking when you leave the class. It'll disrupt the class. Who doing? He here? What he doing? He just got through pinching his booty, and he told him stop. And he done it 3 times. No, that's how you break this shit up. Tell on a nigga ass. And teach him how to fight too. So if you fuck with them by telling, they'll kick your ass. That's how you combat the gang violence. That's how you combat bullying. Hey teacher, he picking on him. Niggas damn near move out the city. If everywhere he goes, hey, that's that nigga did that shooting the other day at the club. Say, y'all, there you go. Say, hey, did you shoot that nigga? How many, you tell.
Yeah, more wolfing, now you can't move around in your own hometown.
He put the gun in the car, a silver gun. He gave it to one of them. He had me surrounded with his gang buddies. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Police.
He's on the whole thing, Mr. Police. Fucked up.
Okay, he put a gun on me. He was with him.
Oh,
he
shit.
was with him.
Oh, shit.
Better not say shit to me.
Oh, shit.
Put now you niggas ass in jail. Yeah.
Damn.
He got the gun, man.
I think it's important to say no to drugs and alcohol. Well, it's just not that simple. How is it not that simple? Drugs are addictive. They cause crime and death. And they also prop up the U.S. economy.
And if you look at the history of this country, I'm talking about the Roosevelts. I'm talking about the Kennedys. You can trace their origins of their wealth back to drug dealing with the Roosevelts. Teddy Roosevelt's grandfather, who was a big-time player in the opium trade during the Chinese opium wars of the mid-19th century. The Kennedys, of course, you go back to Joe Kennedy and his mob ties and his rum running and bootlegging during the Prohibition of the 1920s, was able to build an empire that still really persists to this day.
Even this theory that says drug money was the only thing that prevented the collapse of the global economy in 2008.
There is no national conspiracy to buy elections and control America. But
you don't need a formal conspiracy when interests converge. These people went to the same universities and fraternities.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America?
The conspiracy theorists are going to go on.
I'm sure they are. I don't know. I haven't seen the web.
Number 322.
Both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
Is there a secret handshake? Is there a secret code?
I wish there were something secret I could manifest.
322, secret number?
There are all kinds of secrets.
They're on the same boards of directors. They're in the same country clubs. They have like interests. They don't need to call a meeting. They know what's good for them, and they're getting it. And there used to be 7 oil companies. There are now 3. It will soon be 2. The things that matter in this country have been reduced in choice. There are 2 political parties. There are a handful of insurance companies. There are about 6 or 7 information things. But if you want a bagel, there are 23 flavors, because you have the illusion. You have the illusion of choice.
There is no national conspiracy.
It's okay to have a conspiracy to get rid of somebody as bad as Trump. It's a little bit of a thorny question.
And we know for a fact that that's what they did?
Of course. You don't follow this.
Saying you know for a fact that that's what they did. I don't know what they did.
I know, because you only watch MSNBC.
No, that's not.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think. And that is our job.